Trojan TV. I'm Kate.
And I'm Kaylee.
In this episode, we will be taking a closer look at the Constitutional Convention that went on in the 8th grade history classes.
A look at the Spanish Club here at East.
An update on our Puerto Rico fundraiser.
And lots of other great news and announcements.
8th graders, don't forget to sign up for the Washington, D.C. trip. There are very few spots left. You have the opportunity to spend 4 nights in Washington, D.C. during May with other trip-goers. See Mrs. Mackey for information. Students, book club meetings are held on Fridays during advisory period. You can sign up in your wing office if you'd like to join. The 10th annual East Middle School Talent Show is slated for March 14th at 7 p.m., followed by the school performance on March 15th. Auditions will begin in February, so now is the time to put your act together, practice, and prepare. See Mrs. Washburn in room 805 if you have any questions. On February 19th, there will be no school due to holiday. For this week's Classroom Spotlight, we caught up with Aiden and Dan to learn more about the Constitutional Convention in Mrs. Mackey's history class.
Regain power of our colonies. I say no, gentlemen.
For this week's Classroom Spotlight, we caught up with Mrs. Mackey's class, who were doing a Constitutional Convention.
So the Constitutional Convention is basically like a unit assessment that kind of has students show and experience their understanding of, what it was like to form our new government. So, for example, we win the revolution, and, I think everybody kind of thought putting a government together would be, kind of simple, and they figured out pretty quickly, due to riots in the streets and burning of courthouses, that having a good, strong government is pretty critical to having a strong democracy.
Happy. And if you're not willing to compromise on that, I don't know how well you would fit into this nation.
Students say they preferred the convention over other types of learning.
I think it's really effective just because you can see and it's more hands-on learning than textbook, which is really helpful when you're trying to grasp so many concepts.
Anything. Okay. No representation? We would have.
I think the Constitutional Convention was very effective in teaching students how our country was formed because it was very interactive and students got a chance to experience the other biases that people believed.
I think the best part about doing situational simulation type stuff is that students get to kind of experience something versus just read about it or watch it, which we do a lot of in history, and so I want to try to change things up and make sure that students are able to, have an experience.
This has been Aiden and Dan, reporting for Trojan TV.
Orientation nights are coming soon. 8th and to 9th grade curriculum information night for parents and students is from 6 to 8 p.m. at Central High School on March 6th. 5th and to 6th grade orientation night is Tuesday, January 30th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. here at East. And 6th and to 7th and to 8th grade orientation is set for February 1st from 5:30 to 7:30. Be sure to bring your Chromebooks to the orientation. Congratulations to 7th grader Alex Polisky, who is a winner of the school GOB. He will be advancing to the state level. Go Alex! We also caught up with Betsy and Lauren to get the inside scoop on the Spanish Club here at East.
I and 2 is you, and 2 is you. L and A, he and she.
A new program was added to East, giving Trojans an opportunity to learn more about the Spanish culture.
So the Spanish Club started this summer when I was talking to a teacher at West Middle School who also teaches Spanish, and we were talking about how we don't usually have time to get to some of the projects that we would like to do in class, like cultural crafts or learning about certain games or having fundraisers, and we thought that it might be fun for us to have a club after school when we have time to get to the things that we don't always have time for during class, and that kind of grew into the idea of Spanish clubs.
The Spanish Club focuses on cultural activities and service projects.
I think the Spanish Club helps the school in that it gives students who are really interested in languages a place where they can go meet with other students who feel strongly about that same topic, where they can interact together and learn things together. And I think it also helps the school because it's going to help bring to light some different cultural traditions or some important things happening in the world related to Spanish-speaking countries that we really want to share with the rest of our school population.
Y'all the southern way.
Y'all the southern way.
And then vosotros.
We're not just focusing on how to pronounce the words, we're focusing on what they learn and how they do things. Last month we made a thing for the Day of the Dead. We made skeletons, and then we set up a display in the library.
We do a lot of like doll making and the Day of the Dead stuff at that kind of month. It's embraced like all like the meaning of what the culture of Spanish is, and it's just motivated me to like do Spanish more.
This has been Betsy and Lauren reporting for Trojan TV.
Thanks, guys. Girls basketball games will be held on Mondays and Wednesdays in the big and small gyms. Stop by to support your fellow Trojans. Here's an update on our Puerto Rico fundraiser. We raised $550 towards the bottles of water for the citizens in that area.
This project, I'm not sure how many it helped. It helped, at least that I know of, 2 individual people who received checks because they had lost their homes. And then there was a nursing home facility with seniors there where they had brought much water to. When we gather together out of concern for something, we really can make a difference. So I really want to thank EMS students and remind them that kindness and their care can go a long way.
Thanks, guys.
Many have heard about the opioid crisis affecting our nation.
Did you know opioid and prescription drug overdoses have taken our community by storm as well?
Tyler Thirlby, organizer of the Grizzel game hockey fundraiser, wants to bring awareness to the opioid crisis in northern Michigan.
Tyler's best friend Alex, a former West High School student and a hockey player, lost his life due to an overdose in October.
He and the Grizzel family wants to make sure this loss doesn't happen to another family in our community.
Trojan TV is proud to assist the event by creating an awareness video that will be shown between periods at the event on February 10th.
I mean, it means the world to me just to get the word out there, but I mean, it's, like I said before, it's my best friend and brother who I lost because of it. I mean, we started about the same time, and he's gone now, and there's nothing I can do that can change that. You just have to make something positive out of literally the worst situation I've ever been in my entire life.
To attend and support this event, head to the Center Ice Arena February 10th at 7 p.m. Tickets, which can be purchased at the door, are a free will donation to the Addiction Treatment Center. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Trojan TV.
Make sure you look at some of our other videos on our YouTube channel, Trojan TV East, and find our social media accounts at EastDMC for updates on events in the school. And go to our website, the link, ems.net, for more news from the EMS press teams.
Have a great weekend, Trojans. Bye.
Common Good Bakery, handcrafted on purpose, 14th Street, Traverse City.